me go, there's no doubt. Gotta get out of this small town. You took my heart from me, now you're everywhere I see. Set me free, let me fly, let me find new kinds of highs. We're just wasting here, waiting for another year. We both know the score, we've been here once before. So many words unspoken, you took my heart, it's already broken. You don't have to wait, I can take the pain. I will surrender, let me go on a new adventure.
Car guy. If it's the first time swinging by, go and stop, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell icon, saying notified on these videos when you drop, and let's jump straight into today's video. Today I am with
Jamie,
and we're in his
89 Honda Prelude 4-wheel steering.
This car is, actually I'd say one of the main reasons I am in the car scene. I've seen this car way back before I ever met Jamie at a Honda Import Day. And I remember my friend Joey was telling me about this. Oh, it's this car over here that got 4-wheel steering, the back wheels turn and everything. I'm like, no way. I didn't know that was a thing. So come to find out, you know, we probably crossed paths but didn't know each other. So he's showing me this 4-wheel steering and the wheels actually counteract each other in certain situations to make for better handling. But I'm not the one here to talk about the car, guys. Jamie, tell me, what is your connection with this Prelude?
Well, I've been around Prelude since I was a kid. My mom bought basically an 84 Prelude from the neighbors for like 300 bucks. I mean, I love the car. I mean, drove it for 8.5 years. She put God knows a couple 100,000 miles on it, if not more. Speedometer stopped working at like 360, so we have no idea how many miles it had on it.
Yeah.
That car overheated, the head gasket blew, and that was really the first car I took apart by myself to change the head gasket and do a bunch of work to it, and I did that all by myself when I was like 13, 14 years old.
What?
And if I had only resurfaced the head, that car would probably still be here to this day. But I didn't know that the head was warped because I didn't know aluminum heads at the time wouldn't warp if they got hot. And it only lasted a couple thousand miles after I rebuilt it.
Really?
But I learned a lot.
A learning process is all it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all it is.
I picked this car up about 9.5 years ago for about 500 bucks from a buddy of mine, Johnny Profit. Wasn't running, wasn't driving, almost had no suspension, and it was basically destined for a junkyard.
Yeah. Not so much more now.
Yeah. I worked with him, talked him down, got him down $500. He helped me load it onto a tow dolly. I towed it home. I went through everything, checked the wiring, checked the fueling.
Yeah.
Come to find out, the power steering pump had leaked power steering fluid on the timing belt. The timing belt was loose, so it slipped 3 notches on the exhaust and 4 notches on the intake. I took the timing belt off, reset everything, threw it back on, fired up first key turn.
Really?
It was the original engine, original transmission, 302,000 miles. I put 22,000 miles on it while it was leaking oil, burning oil, and knocking like a sewing machine.
Oh my God.
Built one engine. It was a JDM B20A, which is a Prelude B20A. Drove it for about 25,000 miles, got tired of the power, and I built another motor. It was an F22P1 bottom end, so a single overhead cam block with a dual overhead cam head. So technically this was the world's first Frankenstein swap 3rd gen Prelude.
Right here?
Yep. I drove that for I don't know how many miles, but I got tired of the, there was an issue with the head leaking oil because you have to block off one side of the oil ports.
Yeah.
I said, screw it. Bought a H23. Loved that. Ripped out the transmission. I lost the 4th gear. Got this transmission built by Synchrotech. Long gear, Accord transmission. It's like 4th gear will do 160.
How much?
160.
No way.
Third gear will do 125. 5th gear, never pushed it. I've only kind of guesstimated what the max top speed was with top speed calculators, which would be like 210.
This car has a calculated top speed of 210 miles an hour.
Yep. I have done 160 in Mexico.
Wow.
Mexico.
Wow.
But I had the H23 in for a long time. I boosted it, just the stock block. Turned it up just a little too much, cracked the piston, or cracked 2 pistons, drove it home, built this F20B the first time. And then it's only really been built twice. So the first time I built it, it was still a stock sleeve, just a piston and rod combo. Ran it for a good year or so. I mean, put God knows, who knows how many passes at the track. And then one day I was playing around with a guy, and it was pretty cold, so the intake air temperatures like to correct a little bit, so it over boosted, and I melted a piston. So then I stripped the block completely apart, sent it out to a guy in Kentucky, got LA wet sleeves installed, Y-scope pistons, upgrade wrist pins, HP rods.
Big boy stuff.
Yeah, so I mean the block, it's good for 700-800 horsepower.
Wow, so you're being pretty nice with it right now. Conservative, you're being pretty conservative with it.
450 to the wheels, 315 foot-pounds of torque on pump 93, so it's not on E.
So how much, I can imagine on E85, we probably breaking easily into the 700 figures.
Easily.
Wow.
And I mean, I literally have all the stuff at home. It's just installing all that, taking it to get retuned. I'm a procrastinator.
I feel that, yeah. I gotta have a little pressure to make me want to do stuff, but you know, I operate best that way.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh wow, this is. So if you were to put a price tag on how much you spent on this car, what would you throw it at?
I mean, easily upwards of 50,000, but that's over what, 9.5 years?
Progression, right.
Majority of that has probably been the last few years. With this engine built, I just went pretty much all out with everything. I mean, even the heads done, spring retainers, stage 2 cams, the top mount turbo, an actual, not an eBay turbo, because I ran an eBay turbo that was 11 years old at the time.
Did you say you had both your turbos that you signed by pretty reputable people in the car scene? What was the first one you said?
The eBay turbo, which was the oldest one, was signed by Cletus McFarlane at Streetcar Takeover 2017, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
And then my current turbo, it's a Port Warner S257. It was signed by Cooper Bogetti, the last Streetcar Takeover 2021. Actually, a street truck takeover.
Street truck takeover. Wow. Don't forget to add 20 horsepower, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
That's dope. Now that, am I feeling the all-wheel steering right now? Because I feel like we're going through these turns kind of buttery, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Is it?
You know, like in a long rolling curve, the back tire will actually turn with the front tires.
Wow.
So instead of the rear end wanting to swing out and beat you around the corner, it will tuck the rear end into the curve.
Oh my God. You think we can experience some of that real quick? Let's see.
This is a straightaway.
Oh man. That is.
But that's. I also have upgraded brakes front and rear. So, like the front rotors, they're about 1 inch bigger in diameter. The rear rotors are almost 2.5 inches bigger in diameter.
Wow. Wow. Just when you think you're in a car that's fast, there's another car that just gives you a whole definition of speed. That's unreal. What would you say you like the least about the car then?
Aftermarket support.
I could vibe with that. I could vibe with that.
Like half the stuff on the car is either discontinued, I had to either make it myself, or take the time to figure out how to machine it in a different way to make it fit.
Wow.
Like the camber kit.
Yeah.
Loop Speed Dynamics. They went out of business back in 2001. I got lucky a couple years ago. I picked up a set. Like the front, I have a ESP 3-post or a 3-point strut bar.
Yeah.
I got it raw, unwelded and everything from ESP.
Yeah.
Welded it together so it wouldn't interfere with my hood prop.
Yeah.
So it's a single piston gas hood prop. It's one of 15 in the world. So the guy did a group buy. He made 15 of them. They went out. I didn't get in on the group buy, but I came across the guy. He was parting out his car, and he was like, "How much for that?" And he's like, "What I paid for it." I was like, "Okay."
Say less.
The rear X brace, I made that with scrap pieces. I worked at one place where I got the stainless steel. I fit everything in the angles. I just kind of guessed at the angles.
Yeah.
And then regular square tube stock. I cut everything, eyeballed it, welded it together, and bolted it in. So I mean, it's strong enough that I could hook a cherry picker to it and lift the back of the car up.
No freaking way! Wow.
All the suspension I took apart. All the bushings.
So
front to back are all polyurethane.
I don't mean to cut you off. I'm actually curious now. Is this just front wheel drive or is it all wheel drive as well?
Front wheel drive.
Wow, I don't think I've ever been in a front wheel. I think this would be the fastest front wheel drive we've been in so far on the channel. But it almost even, I know like you're not supposed to notice the difference, but if you didn't tell me, it's like you wouldn't be able to know or feel. I don't know how to explain it.
Well, it's the transmission really helps out. It's the long geared Accord, but it's got in factory helical LSD diff.
Oh my gosh.
So I mean,
that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
So it will spin a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
But I mean the RE71Rs, they really help out with traction.
They hook it up. Okay. So moving into the final part of the review, what would you say are the future plans for the car? And honestly, it just seems like it's limitless at this point for as long as you've had it. So what are the plans?
I mean, eventually I would like to do the H series all-wheel drive bell housing and then do an all-wheel drive conversion. Whenever funds become present for that, because I mean, I really don't have almost $4,000 to drop for just the bell housing alone.
Just the bell housing, yeah.
But I mean, I've already pretty much sourced out the rear knuckles for the all-wheel drive. So I mean, literally, it's almost bolt-in stuff except for the center differential, and then the rest of it is just a little bit of tweaking here and there.
Yeah.
So I mean, oddly enough, this car would be really easy to turn four-wheel drive in. There's a couple guys that have already done it. And the way they put it together, it looks fairly easy. It's just sourcing some of the parts is the hard part.
The hard part, I can imagine so, because you know, the only Preludes I know of, if you just say Prelude, first thing that comes to my head are, I guess, the most two recent generations of the Prelude. I'm gonna drop those pictures here so I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. But I never really knew this car existed, and every time I go to a car show, I'm like, he's probably the only one really there with this, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah. That's freaking dope. Nice. All right, guys. You have anything you want to say?
Not really.
You got everything?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share. And I'll catch y'all just in a second for the outro.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out the video. If you want to leave a comment, like down below, hit Afro Car Guy with a subscribe, help him out. If you want to follow me more at the build, I'm on Instagram a lot, Stancil1216. I document just about everything with the build. I also have a trailer build that's going on. Kind of a neat project if you want to check it out. And appreciate y'all checking out the video, and hold on to that dream, man.
there's no doubt. Gotta get out of this small town. You took my heart from me. Now you're everywhere I see. Set me free, let me fly, let me fly.